big vacation and stuff.
Yeah.
It just hasn't happened. Oh.
All right, so finding just a comfortable place to begin, checking in with your breath and just with how you're feeling this morning. And then if it's comfortable, go ahead and stretch your arms up overhead, just wherever they are comfortable being. And like you're getting longer on one side, so reach your left foot and your left arm away from each other, and then switch. Right arm and right foot get away from each other, just kind of like you're inchworming from one side to the other. And then bringing it to a center, and you'll take your left foot to the left, maybe just off the edge of your mat, and then cross your right ankle on top of your left. So legs straight, back of both hips stay on the ground. And then you can maybe crawl your shoulders to the left once or twice. So we're making a gentle crescent shape, or a banana shape with the body. And then you might hold the right wrist with the left hand, or the left arm can come down by your side if that's more comfortable. Just this gentle stretching across the right side, from the outer shoulder, down the ribs, to the waist, the hips, the outer thigh, just all the way down that right side. Try to let your body relax into this shape. Let's take another couple breaths. And just releasing, inching your way back to the center line. Bring both arms down by your sides and just pause and just notice if there's any difference between the sides of the body. We'll go to the other side, so right foot goes to the right, left foot, ankle can cross on top. Maybe you wiggle the shoulders to the right once or twice and extend the left arm overhead if that's comfortable. You can hold the left wrist with the right hand, or maybe the right arm wants to come down and reach towards the right foot. Now we're just gently smoothing out the left side, breathing into the left side. Stay for one more breath. And gently uncross, ease your way back to the center. Bring your arms down by your side. The body relax into the floor. And then from here, you'll gather the right knee up into your chest and give a gentle squeeze or a small rock from side to side. Then we're going to engage the core a little bit here. So as the knee draws in, try to curl the tailbone up just a little till you feel the low belly engage. And pull the front ribs back towards the back ribs. And then if you'd like, you let the knee go. Curl the chin to chest and lift up. You can reach forward. And and you're really pulling that belly in. So draw the thigh in a little bit closer to the chest and just hold. And then lower the upper body. You'll just again hold the knee, give it a squeeze, try to soften and relax the abdomen and hip flexor. And we'll switch sides. Extend the right leg out long. Draw the left knee in passively here. Just soft and passive, gentle movement side to side. I see some of you rolling your ankles, moving the feet. It's such a great thing to do. We're going to make it a little more active. So you're trying to now draw the knee in by using abdominal strength. And curl the tailbone up a tiny bit and then tuck the chin. You can even bring a hand behind the head for support. Lift the upper body. Maybe reach both arms or one arm past the left foot. Keep pulling the thigh in. One or both arms if you need the head supported. Use your hands. For 3, 2, and 1. Lower down and then passive again. Full deep belly breath. Good, and then bring the left foot to the floor and the right foot meet the left. So both feet flat. And then we're just gonna rock the pelvis a little bit. So point the tailbone down, arch the low back, and then press the low back down, curl the tailbone up. And just move back and forth. And rocking the pelvis. Getting that low back curve, and then when you flatten the curve, you use those deep core muscles. A few more times through, just rocking. Good, and then the next time you'll tuck the tailbone up and curl up into a bridge pose. And then lower down slowly, one vertebrae at a time. And then rock the pelvis, get some space or gap under the low back. And then seal it, tuck the tailbone and lift up, engaging the glutes. Lower down, rock the pelvis. Again, tuck the tailbone, press the low back down and lift up. And then lower down, we'll just do one more of those, rock through the pelvis. Then the last one, lift up. This one we'll just hold for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly and gently lower it down. And just pause, taking a deep breath in, and a long breath out. Bring the hands behind the head now. Come into the upper abs a little bit. So curl chin to chest, and then slowly lift up, one vertebrae at a time. With the low belly in. Lift up, lift up. So hips down, lifting the shoulders. Then maybe reach forward so you can lift a little higher. And then lower all the way down, hands back behind the head, rest. So hips on the floor, feet on the floor. Tuck the chin, curl up. You're trying to press the vertebrae down. So you'll press one vertebrae down and lift the one above it. And then press another vertebrae down, lift the one above it. Maybe reach forward, see if you can lift up one higher. And then lower back down, rest. Hands behind the head. One more time. Curl up, so press one vertebrae down and lift the one above it. And then one higher. And then reach forward, lift a little higher. And then lower all the way down. Then take the hands out from behind the head, bring them down by your sides. And then bring one knee up to 90 degrees, shin parallel to the floor, and lift the other knee up to 90 degrees, shin parallel to the floor. If you have a block nearby, you might bring it between your thighs. And if you don't have a block, it's okay. You don't have to use it. So you'll squeeze the block or a towel or something, or just flex the feet, shins parallel. So now we're going to try and target those low abs. So now you're going to press the low bottom ribs, back bottom ribs down. Try and curl the tailbone up. And then lift another vertebrae. And then lift a little higher. And slowly lower it back down. We'll do that again. So curling up one tailbone, one vertebrae at a time from the lower part of the body. Lifting a little higher. You can even have your hands behind your head or by your sides, one higher, curl up. Slowly lower it down. One more time. Press the bottom of the back ribs down, curl up one lower vertebrae at a time. Curl another. One higher, hold, hold, hold. Squeeze the block. Lower slowly. Release the block. Feet to the floor and wide apart. And windshield wipe the knees from side to side. Everyone feel those?
Yes.
Okay, good. Let both knees go off to the left and just stay there. Let the arms move to the right. So right arm right and left arm will rest on your bottom ribs. Both hands move right as the knees go left. And then bring the knees up through center. Take them off to the right. Take both hands to the left. So the right hand rests on your ribs. Left arm goes left. And then we're going to do that. Ooh, why is it flashing? Side to side. That is weird. Okay, so keep moving side to side. Knees one way, arms to the other. And switch. Yep, just going side to side. So arms to one side, knees to the other. Your own pace. You can make it a rhythm. You can have pauses. Knees one way, arms to the other. One arm will rest on the body. One arm will reach to the floor. And the head might follow the hands if you want. Just a few moments here and sending soothing signals to the nervous system, lighting or bridging right and left halves of the brain and the body here. Good, and then coming back to center, feet flat. Hands can rest on your ribs. Take a full breath in. Breathe out. Again, breathe in belly, ribs, chest. Breathe out chest, ribs, belly. One more time, breathe in belly, ribs, chest. Breathe out chest, ribs, belly. Just easy, natural breath. Gather both knees up into your chest. With a squeeze, maybe a small rock. And then cross your ankles. Reach behind your thighs. Kick your feet up towards the ceiling and rock yourself up to sitting. And come into a comfortable cross-legged seat. Good, and then take the left hand. I'm going to stay facing this way. You'll take your left hand to the left, and the right arm goes up and over. I know it's dark in here. Can you all see me at home? Okay, good. And then we'll switch sides. So bringing the right hand to the floor, take that left arm up and over. And then bring it to center and take both arms up and hinge yourself forward. And if it's too much on the knees, you can straighten the leg if you need. Just walk the arms forward, drop the head, gentle rounding through the back. Use your hands to slowly walk it up. If you'd like to switch the cross of your legs, you can, but you don't have to. And then take the left hand to your right leg and bring your right hand behind your back. And inhale, lift and lengthen. And exhale, turn the body to the right for this easy twist. If you want to look over the back shoulder, you can. You don't have to. So more than the twist, you're focusing on lengthening. Really lift all the way up into the crown. And slowly unwind so it's not like a rubber band. Go slow. And switch sides. Good. The right hand to left knee, left hand behind the back. Inhale, you lift. Exhale, gently twist, not forcing. Creating space first by lifting all the way to the crown like there's a string pulling you up high. Exhale, gently turn and twist. One more breath. Slowly unwind. And then reach up to the middle, get long again, and fold forward. So you can round or hinge with a nice straight spine. It's totally up to you. If you need to adjust your ankles or feet or straighten a leg for your knees, do that. Slowly and gently walk yourself back up and then come to child's pose. So finding your way to hands and knees. Take your knees out to the edges of your mat, sit your hips to the heels, and then you can rest your forearms or walk the arms out, just finding a position that feels comfortable. Lift up partway in child's pose, walk yourself to the left. Get that side body stretch again. Then walk it to the right. Breathe into the left side of the body. Walk it back to center and come up to table, to hands and knees. And then you can either move through cow and cat, if that feels good, or maybe you do some circles, leaning into the wrists and back. Or maybe you go side to side. So just any movement here that maybe feels good for your body. Come back to table, and you're going to bring the right leg around to the front. You can help it there if you like. And then lean into a low lunge, pressing the hips forward, lifting the chest up. Hands could be on blocks or fingertips to the floor. You can pad the back knee. It's okay for the knee to go past the toes here. It's a nice way to build ankle mobility. So we're not putting a ton of weight on it. Good. From here, we're gonna pull the hips back and pivot the left shin underneath you. And then come up and straighten the right leg. Turn the foot to parallel to the front of your mat. And then reach the left hand down. Take the right arm overhead. So really lengthening that right side of the body. And then come back up. Let the right arm pull you up using your core. Turn the right toes back to the front. Pivot the left shin straight back. Come back to your low lunge. Good. And then plant the left hand. It can be flat on the floor or on a block. And open the right arm to the sky. It's okay to lean back a little bit. It's okay to let the right knee go right, opening up. And then bring the right hand down to the inside of the right foot. Toe heel it to the right. And bring the right knee back next to the left. And then moving. You can cow and cat or circle the pelvis. Or move back and forward like an upward dog, child's pose, moving in any way that feels good. And left foot is coming forward, just gonna bring it around or help it there. And lean into your low lunge. If you need to pad the back knee, you can. Might be on fingertips, might be on blocks. Lift the chest, drag the back foot forward, but it's glued down. Nice job. Good, and then pivot the right shin to the left. Come on up. Straighten the front leg. Bring the left foot parallel to the front edge of the mat. Reach the right hand down. It could be on a block even. And take the left arm overhead. So your hands at the back of the mat, and opening up that left side, press the hips forward. Good job, Jan. Good job. And then bring it back up. There's some pivoting, coming back around to the front, low lunge. And if you need to lift the leg, taking care of the knee joint, that's fine. And then press the right palm down and open to the left. And if the shoulder doesn't like it, you can have your hand on your thigh. It's okay to lean into it. And then bring the left hand back to the floor. Inside the left foot, just toe heel the left foot left and bring the knee back next to the right. And then child's pose or cow and cat or any movement that feels good right here. And then finding your way back to downward dog or puppy pose or child's pose, just somewhere that you can rest. The active rest like downward dog or puppy or passive rest like child's pose. And then make your way to the front of your mat, walking your feet forward towards your hands or stepping forward. Ragdoll, holding onto your elbows, bend the knees, maybe add a small sway or nod the head yes or no. Release your hands softly to the floor. And then bend your knees. So you're gonna drop the pelvis low and reach the arms forward. So it's a different variation of chair. So it's called like a turbo squat. So bending the knees, pulling the hips back, and stretching the upper body forward. Make sure the toes are wiggleable. That's it. Feeling the strength of your legs. Hold and breathe. Pull the pit of the belly in, ribs up off the thighs for 5, 4, you got it, 3, 2, and then forward fold again. Drop the head, straighten the legs. Good. Bring your hands to your hips, elbows to the sky, bend the knees, look forward and rise up. Good, and then arms down, mountain pose. We're gonna move through a half sun salutation here. How are we doing?
Awesome.
Okay, good. So half sun salutation, you inhale, arms can go sideways or through the midline up. Exhale, forward fold, bend the knees. You can even rest your forearms on your thighs if you need. Halfway lift, hands to shins or fingers to floor. Forward fold, dropping back in. Inhale, rise to the top, bend the knees, maybe reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. So you find what feels good in your body. Inhale, extended mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise, extended mountain. Exhale, hands to heart. Do that again. Inhale, extended mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, extended mountain. Exhale, hands to heart. One more time. Inhale, extended mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, extended mountain, rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Bring your weight into your left foot, tree pose. You're gonna bring the right foot to the left leg. It could be big toe to the floor or heel to ankle or foot to calf or thigh, eyes to one point. Maybe you extend the arms up if that feels good. Maybe they stay at your heart. Love your little hiccups. Bring the right foot down next to the left, returning to mountain, and then tree pose other side. Left foot to right leg, can be big toe on the floor or foot to calf. You're gonna feel that engagement of total body integration. You can find a spot for the eyes either down to feel more grounded, to the horizon to feel more balanced, or to the sky to have a little more uplift. And bring the hands back to the heart, left foot next to the right, both arms down. Take a couple shoulder rolls, shoulder shrugs. Good, and then if you've left your mat, come back onto your mat. And you're gonna take a big step back with your left foot. So you're gonna come into a wide straddle facing the left side of the room. Good, and then check that your heels are on one line, and we'll turn the right toes to the right, and then bend and straighten the right knee a couple times, moving in and out of warrior two. Either some micro bend or start to deepen the bend. Keeping that left foot anchored as the right knee bends, straightens. Next time you bend the knee, we're gonna hold it, and then bring the hands to the heart. Draw the shoulders straight back, and then extend the arms out. You can bring the gaze to the right. The traditional gaze is to the right. If that doesn't feel good in your body, straight ahead is fine. Feeling into the feet. Breath. Present. Belly slightly firm, but also relaxed. And then straighten the right leg. You can relax the arms. Turn the right toes in, turn the left toes out. Maybe hands to hips, bend and straighten that left leg a couple times now. Moving into this opposite side. So getting this external rotation of the upper thigh bone, strengthening the hips. Next time you bend the left knee, stay there. Finding the depth that feels sustainable. Hands to heart. Shrug the shoulders straight back, and then open the arms out. The shoulders keep moving back, shoulder blades kind of squeeze into the midline and press against the ribs. Gaze wherever it's comfortable for you. Relax your jaw. Good, and then straighten the left leg, relax the arms. Turn the left toes in, turn the right toes out again. Hands to the heart, shrug the shoulders back. Bend the knee, warrior two. Open it up. This time we're going to move into extended side angle, so tipping to the right. Forearm to thigh or hand to the block. And just take the left arm straight up towards the ceiling. If you want, you can even bend the elbow, bring the hand behind the head. We'll cradle your head in your left hand if that's comfortable, and turn the elbow towards the ceiling. Good, and then extend the left arm up, let the left arm pull you back up to stand, switching sides, right toes in, left toes out, maybe hands to heart, shrug the shoulders back, bend the left knee, open the arms, warrior two, little nudge of the left knee left, lean to the left, extended side angle, forearm to thigh, right arm to the sky. Fingers active, like hands awake. Maybe right hand behind the head or behind the back, like you choose. We're just rotating heart towards the ceiling. Front floating ribs draw in, belly slightly firm, breathing. Unwind the right arm, let it pull you up to stand. Turn the left toes in, one more time, right toes out, hands to heart, shrug the shoulders back, bend the right knee. Open the arms, warrior two. Extended side angle, forearm to thigh, left arm to the sky. It's just a passing through here. Now you're going to bring your left hand down to the floor or a block. Lift the left heel. So we're in a low lunge or a high lunge, back leg lifted, and then open the right arm to the sky. For this variation, see if you can nudge or hug the right knee to the left, to the midline, and then rotating through the ribs. Good. Now, we're coming back to warrior two. Left foot flat, and windmill the arms back up, warrior two. Beautiful. Straighten the leg, relax the arms. Turn the right toes in, turn the left toes out. Hands to heart. Shrug the shoulders back, bend the left knee. Open the arms up, warrior two. Extended side angle, left forearm to thigh, right arm straight up to the sky. Look down, bring the right hands to the floor or a block. Lift the right heel. Back heel, good, and then twist to the left towards the bent knee. Hug the left knee to the right. Press into the big toe mound. Draw the front ribs in. You got it, Pam. Right hand down, left arm up. Maybe press the right heel forward instead of back. Go forward, stretching the toes. And then warrior two, back foot spins flat. Windmill the arms up. Keep that left knee bent, warrior two. And then straighten the left leg. Turn the left toes parallel to the right, hands to hips. Wide leg forward fold. Go ahead and bow forward. Your hands can be at the floor or on blocks. Maybe you nod your head or move a little bit side to side. Lift to a flat back. Bring your hands to your hips and come up to stand. Turn the right toes back to the front and step back up to the front of your mat. And take a couple shoulder shrugs or shoulder rolls. Good, and then we're going to do one more round of standing poses or balancing poses. So left foot is going to be your base. You're going to go ahead and lift the right knee and catch it in front of you. You might want to flex the foot. So like we did at the floor when we engaged the core and lifted, you want that same sort of connection to the center here. Good, and then holding the right knee in the right hand, open it to the right, maybe reach to the left. Keep rooting and pressing through the standing leg. Draw both shoulders back, breathing. And then bringing it back to center, arms by your side. Take your leg behind you with your big toe on the floor. Pull the shoulders back, leg straight. Now the hinge is the top of the left thigh. You just start to hinge forward as the right toes float. Might be 1 inch, or maybe you bring it forward to your, like the capital letter T in your body. The front ribs drawing in, shoulders lifting to the ceiling. Steady breath and steady gaze. Come back up to stand, mountain pose, and arms reach up, extended mountain. Bring your hands to heart center, and then right hand to right hip. Go ahead and lift the left knee, catch the shin, and really it's from that kind of drawing the tailbone down, lifting the front of the pelvis up, finding low abs, and pulling front ribs in. So there's this connection to the front of the body. Feel the internal heat that you're generating. Then open the left knee left, reach the right arm right, Maybe flex that left foot like you're taking a huge high step to the left. So this is more of a active range of motion. Looking for those little edges. Bring it back to center, arms down, and then straighten the leg, left leg, big toe touch or toes touch, shoulders back. The hinge is the top of the right thigh. So you just start to hinge forward, the back leg floats. Maybe it's a tiny bit, or you come a little farther forward. Farther forward you go, you might activate the right glute a little bit more, or the low back muscles a little bit more. You decide the edges to move towards. Pull the belly and ribs in, shoulders back, total body integration, lots of breath. And then float yourself back up, both feet to the floor. Good, if you've left your mat, come back to your mat. Take a big breath in as you sweep up, extended mountain. And forward fold, bow. Inhale, halfway lift. Now we're gonna step it back to a high plank. Walk your feet back. Just gonna hold our plank pose. A little softening between the shoulders. Pulling the belly and ribs in again. Legs active. Lift the back of the skull towards the ceiling so you're not dropping the head. Shrug the shoulders down, draw the heart forward. Hold and breathe, you got this. Press into the L's of the hands. Last couple breaths, so strong through the front of the body. And then set the knees down. We're just gonna melt all the way down onto the belly. And then come up onto your forearms for Sphinx pose. And this could be really passive, you're just kind of holding the shape, or it can be more active, where you're drawing the shoulders back, trying to drag the rib cage forward, pressing the tops of the feet down, lifting the kneecaps up. And so you decide whether it's active or passive. Really strengthening the muscles in the back. Just checking in, everyone okay? Good job. And then lowering down, we'll just make a pillow out of the backs of the hands. So elbows wide, rest the forehead, bend the knees, and just windshield wipe the legs however they want, side to side or apart together, to any movement. And then release your feet to the floor. So our next one is locust. So now the arms come by your side, or you can take Sphinx again on the forearms. Locust is a little bit more muscle activation. So arms down, look down, inhale, you lift up. Lift the shoulders, arms and legs, or you can stay on your forearms in Sphinx. And higher is not always better. Just finding a place that you can stay and breathe. The heat that you're generating, and the muscle engagement along the back side of the body, opening the chest and shoulders, and then lower it down. Maybe make a pillow if that feels more comfortable, or turn a cheek and just rest. If you want to windshield wipe the legs or add movement, you can, but you don't have to. And then we're going to do that again. So one more locust, arms down by your sides or Sphinx pose. Palms can face the floor or face your body. When you're ready, go ahead and lift up. If it's too much to lift the legs, they can stay down, or arms can stay down, or both ends lift. So engaging glutes, strengthening low back. So contracting the muscles on the back of the body to open the front. So great for posture, for balance. Lifting just a little bit higher. And relaxing down in any position you want. A cheek to a side, or make a pillow. Maybe bend the knees and windshield wipe them. Release the feet to the floor. Bring your hands under your shoulders. We're gonna press up and back to downward dog. So up to hands and knees, tuck the toes, downward facing dog, or puppy pose. Maybe pedal the legs out, move a bit side to side. And then one more breath. And go ahead and bring your knees down to the floor. And cow, drop the belly, lift the chest. And cat, tuck and round, pushing the floor away. Again, cow. And cat. One more time, cow pose. And cat pose. And then come to neutral. I'm gonna turn my body a little bit sideways here. So you're gonna tuck the toes under. And it's a tiny cat, like you're pushing the floor away to pull the belly muscles in, and then lift and hover the knees. That's all, just lift and hover. And it's almost like you're trying to wrinkle your mat, pull your hands and feet towards each other. And hold and breathe, connecting to the ground, to your center, to your strength. I'm strong and stable. And then lower the knees, untuck the toes, drop the belly, cow. Good, and then cat, maybe leaning back, lightening the wrists. One more, cow, you can lean forward a little bit. And cat, just leaning back, lightening the wrists, arms light. One more of those hovers, come back to neutral. You wanna really connect to the hands. You push the floor away, tuck the toes, hold the belly in without holding the breath, hover the knees and shins. Squeeze your thumb tips towards each other. Feeling into your center, strong, connected, grounded. I'm strong and stable. This is stability. Feel the earth push down. Feel that draw in for 2. And 1. Set it down, and then child's pose. Sit all the way back. Turn your palms to face up, wherever you are. Full deep breaths. Relax your neck and shoulders, your jaw, your belly. Good, and then coming into a comfortable seated position, you might sit up on a block or just finding a cross-legged seat. How are we doing? All right, so once you find a seat, wherever it is, just bring your chin towards your chest. And then just some little movements to one side, one ear to one shoulder. Maybe chin to chest and to the other side. Close your eyes. Just encourage you to find any movement here through the neck that feels good to you. If you find a spot that you want to hold, just stay there for 3 or 4 breaths and then move on. If you want to keep moving or circling, you can do that. You're welcome to use your hands. So if your, for example, right ear is to the right shoulder, you can hold on to the left side of the head with the right hand. And it's like you can give a little added weight, or you can give a little press against. So you push your head into the hands. It's up to you, you don't have to. Just soften. Try moving to the other side. You wrap your hand around the opposite side of the head, feeling into that stretch. You can use it for weight or press the head against the hand, which creates a little contraction of the stretched area. take another like 30 seconds here to move in any way. You can do some circles or just keep moving side to side. Bringing the head back, stack it right on top of the spine. Draw the jawbone back, lengthen the back of the neck. Softly open the eyes. You're going to take your arms out and then wrap your right elbow under the left. And it might be just a gentle like hug, or maybe the elbows stack, or maybe you lift the elbows and come to eagle arms. You don't have to. Drawing the jawbone back, lifting the elbows up, if that's comfortable. Let's stretch into the back of the shoulders and upper back. And then we're going to switch sides, so you release that, and then arms out, and other side, left arm under, and it can be just a nice loose grab, or you can walk the elbows a little more into a line, or lift the elbows, lift the forearms for eagle. Drawing the forearms away from you if you're in eagle, jawbone back, sitting up tall, little shrug of the shoulders back. So it's a stretch, but with stability, keeping the shoulders hugging in. One more breath. And then softly release. You can take any movement or some circles. Good job. And then we're going to make our way down onto our back, get into some final hip opening. I'm so glad Zoom's worked the whole class today. So exciting. Come down on your back and just hug your knees into your chest. And you can add a little rock. You can cross your ankles if you want. Just a little rock through that lower back. And feeling into the upper back too that you just stretched. And I'm going to give you options. So it can be a reclined pigeon or figure four, right ankle over left thigh, and holding on behind the left leg, or a reclined cow face where the right leg stacks on top of the left, and you reach for your feet, maybe from underneath. This is a little different stretch for the hips. And if you catch your feet, that's it. And then you want to press the tail down. It's going to be rolly unless you press the tail down. When you press the tailbone down, you're going to feel that outer hip stretch. You can bend the elbows a little bit. Wherever you are, breathing into the hips. It could be a figure four, this reclined cow face. Good, yeah. And then gently release. And you can just come to center, hugging the knees into the chest, or do some frog circles where the knees just open around that, like a figure eight circles. And then finding the other side, left ankle to right thigh. Reclined pigeon or figure four, or left knee slides on top of the right. Reach for your feet, maybe from underneath. Try to get the heels on one line and press the tailbone down towards the mat.
The heels on.
Yeah, it's all right if it's not.
Is this a cow pose?
Yeah.
I've never seen a cow do this.
Well, if you look at it from the front, it's supposed to look like cow face.
Oh,
So this
okay.
is like the cow nose with your knees, so it looks like a cow face.
It does, yes.
That's called cow face.
Okay, got it.
Gomukasana.
I like cows.
Mukha is face, Gomukas. Go, I guess This is cow Gomuka. And cows are revered in India. It's a very high level pose, highly esteemed pose. Another breath or two wherever you are, feeling into the hips, trying to relax your jaw while you're here. Good, and then gently release. And then taking some frog circles, or you can just open the knees out, those inner thighs to open, or a happy baby is a nice option right here too. Bend the knees, bring the feet to the floor, and just do some circles with the wrists, just opening or closing the hands or circling the wrists around. And then when you're ready, you're going to find a block for hips on a block, or the final inversion here. Bring the block under the pelvis on the lowest, widest setting, bringing your feet to the sky. And if you liked that inner thigh stretch and it felt good to open the legs wide, you can do that here also, or even bend the knees and catch the shins or the knees with the hands. A little different variation when the hips are lifted. Or with the legs up, you might move the ankles, kind of facilitating that, the blood flow coming down, just kind of helping things move. And then you can stay here for just a final few breaths, or if you want to come down for a twist, a supine twist, to finish your practice, you can. If there's any other movement that you need. And then starting to make your way into Shavasana if you aren't there already. Power of love is in now. Power of now is in now. Power of unity to create magic on earth. Power of love is in now. Power of now is in now. Power of unity to create magic on earth.
Let fire burn away our fears. Let the wind blow into your life such faith and trust on. Let the earth take care of you and nurture you all. Power now, say now. Power you use it to create magic on earth. Power love is now. Power now is now. Power you use it to create magic on earth. Let the water wash away your tears. Let fire burn away your fears. Let the wind blow into your life such faith and trust on. Let the earth take care of you, nurture you.
Bring your awareness back to your breath, your body. Start to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Stretch or move in any way that your body craves. Bend your knees and carefully roll to a comfortable side. Press yourself up to a seated posture, closing your eyes. That's okay. Bring the palms of your hands to touch in at your heart space. Lift your thumbs to your forehead center. Have a lovely day. Namaste.
Hey.
Thank you all so much. So glad that Zoom worked. Thank you for being here in person. That's great.
It's just what I needed again.
Oh, good. I took it down a little.
Thank you. It felt good. It felt healing.
Good.
Just really
Good. Good.
And the music.
Thank you, Lisa.
You're so welcome.
Thank you.
I can listen to that.
Glad it worked today.
Hi, good.
Yeah. Bye.
While you're doing your domestic.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Kathy. Bye.
Very
Bye.
Lisa.